everyone. Happy March. I hope you are doing well. Okay. I don't know why I'm being led to do this. I've not done it before. I've never been led to do it before. So there must be a reason for this. I'm going to throw a regular energy for all of us, and then I'm going to do the signs. So you're going to see this before every video, and I'm going to say, I'll timestamp it behind me when I'm done, where the actual video starts, so you don't have to watch this for every single video, okay? But I think it's important for some reason, and I think the energies are intense, but you know what? It's just life. We go with what it is, but when we can be better prepared for the things that come up, we don't make mountains out of molehills. We don't say things we can't take back. We don't blow something up when, in fact, we have to, then go back and try to figure out why I did that and hope that something comes back together, right? So that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling, and it's coming out in the cards too. Okay, we've got Unity is the card, right? And we've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Four of Cups, and we've got the Sun card. Okay, what I really feel here is, for some of you, I want to caution you against making something out of nothing. And don't think I'm discounting something here. I think that for some of you, you've got a little reminder here that you've got valuable things sitting right in front of you, and you may want to tend to those. For others of you, I think you're realizing that, maybe a situation that you're in isn't what you thought it was. You know what I mean? I think for some of you, you've got people coming into your life right now that are going to be valuable assets to you in some regard or another. For some of you, they're romantic relationships. For some of you, they're friendships. For some of you, they're business partnerships. But I think they're a reminder of there's different ways to do things, and you could maybe learn something here. You know what I'm saying? There's an air through here of not kind of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You may not initially like this person at one time. You know what I mean? Like, their first impression may be something that sets you back, or that you can't really figure it out. It just doesn't sit well. It's not an instant attraction on any regard. But I think that in further, getting to know this person a little better, or maybe watching what they're really doing, or, I think there was someone that I was watching recently, and I could not get past the antics of his mannerism, right? It was just, it was just uncomfortable, but his content was really good. So once I could get past that, initially, had I not stopped long enough to really listen to what he was saying, I would have been like, oh my gosh, this guy is way too unsettling. His antics were just not, they weren't a good match for mine. So I thought, right? But I sat for a minute, and I was really continuing to listen more to what he was saying than how flamboyant he really was. And I'm glad that I did, because he was a wealth of knowledge. So that is kind of the scenario that I'm going at here. For others of you too, I think that you may have things that have been bubbling under the surface that maybe you haven't dealt with, or again, when we don't deal with the little things, I kind of don't agree with, don't sweat the small stuff, because the small stuff becomes the big shit that hits the fan when we don't tend to it, right? So these are things where I think some of you have relationships coming in. I think for some of you, I'm going to hit the relationship aspect first. For some of you, I think you may come into contact with someone who's not exactly what you thought they would be. You know what I mean? Like, you're wishing and hoping, and whatever that song is, for this particular type of person. They have to look this way and talk this way and right? I think what may show up for you is someone completely different, but it's what you need, not necessarily what you thought you wanted. And I think that it could be something really spectacular. Okay, for others of you, you're being reminded that we're kind of all the same. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, when push comes to shove, we're kind of all the same kind of people. So you're being reminded of that, and to not. I've got to be honest. I don't have a wonderful feeling behind things that might come up globally this month. I think there's just a lot of unsettled energy. And the issue I've got here really is don't follow false things. If you hear something, check it out. Make sure that it's legit. You know, I have a feeling like the news crews and stuff like that, they're really going to kick up the crazy shit that they're doing anyway, right? So if you're someone who follows the news like it's, you know, whatever, I would be really careful about what you're getting. I'm not saying they're going to be lies or conspiracy theories or whatever the hell it is that they do anyway. I'm not a fan of the news, as you can tell. But I think it's not helping the cause. I think it may divide people and cause really devastating circumstances. You know what I mean? You don't want to, I just feel like this kind of energy is kind of like the major things in life, in history that have passed, that have taken place. And they've taken out a lot of people just for having different opinions, just for looking different or acting different or having a different culture or religion or something like that. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit if someone is different? It has really nothing to do with you. But this is where I'm saying on a smaller scale, this could hit your home in the fact that, you know what, you blow up at a partner because you had a crappy day at work, but you say things that you can't take back. You know what I mean? They may be true, but your delivery may not be something they'll forget. You know what I mean? And that's like kind of breaking your leg. It'll heal, but it'll never quite be the same again. And then the person may be afraid to talk to you about things. You could start something here that you can't finish. You know what I mean? So you may just want to be cautious. That's why I'm saying this. You've got the Sun card here. So it's a reminder that, you know what, see the good in someone and ask your peeps, ask your peeps around you. Look, I may not be at my best, so I'm going to do my best to, but just, you know who I really am. Give me a little bit of wiggle room here because I may not be at my best. And I think it's just these energies that are passing through, and they will. You know what I'm saying? I just think they're a little bit intense. What I'm feeling is like, again, trying to turn a cruise ship in a bathtub. It's going to take a little bit. You know what I mean? So let the things play out. Really cherish the people that are in your life that are of value to you. Really look at the ones that, I know that sounded terrible, but look at the ones that, you know what, maybe there's an expiration date here that's been presenting itself for a little bit. Because what I feel here is, for some of you, it's taking into consideration the gifts that you've currently got. You know what I mean? And for others of you, it's saying here, if you're staying in something because you're afraid this is the best you can get, you've got something coming in around the corner here that could be something really happy for you. You know what I mean? So we need to let things go when it's time for them to go. And that's what I feel. And I think with the Unity card, what it's coming in here to remind you of is that don't be stubborn in certain ways. Don't let people be stubborn in certain ways. Say things maybe a little bit more simply. We've got, you know, Mercury retrograde. It is a big deal. I find it to be a really big deal. And I know people are saying that we go through this a lot, and we do. But look at the times in your life where you say things or you do things where you're like, what the hell was that out loud, and why did I do it? They're big things. You know what I mean? So we can't discount them. So just be conscious of what you're saying. Value the people that are in your life, and take a survey. And it's not just, you know, it's your belief systems too. It's the things you believe in. It's you know, maybe changing things. You know, when you go through your whole life believing something, whatever, and then you come to a point in your life where you're like, you know, I really don't believe this anymore. I really don't want this anymore. I really don't want, you know, I'm evaluating something. Give yourself the space to do that. You know what I mean? Don't poo-poo it or speed over it or not think about it or make that a small thing that can be dealt with later, because that small thing turns into a big thing. You know what I mean? And look at these things. For some of you, you know, the Knight of Cups is kind of just saying to you here, it is an actual person for some of you. And it can be a woman. It's not gender specific. But it's like, kind of, you know, don't be, love is blind, but we're also blind to it. You know what I mean? So don't look a gift horse in the mouth. If you've got someone in your life who you really care about, tell them you really care about them. You know what I mean? Don't assume that they're going to be there, you know, in 10 days and they know that I work really hard. They know that I'm never home. Don't assume that that's okay. You know what I mean? They may just not be someone who really speaks up, but you know, you come home one day and there's the note on the table and they're gone. I see things like that happen in these energies. That's why I'm trying to point these things out here. Cherish the people that are in your life. You know, take responsibility for yourself and the things that you do and that you say, and let other people know that they're appreciated. And if you need something from someone else, speak up about it and see where that goes. You know what I mean? I think that it's a time where a lot of things are changing. I think it's a time where if we let go of things that we know we need to let go of, amazing things sit right in front of us, okay? The Sun card here is a yes card. So whatever you're showing up to your reading for, the answer is most likely yes, right? This card, the Sun card, what I'm really feeling off of it is it's kind of like, again, seeing the good in someone, even if they don't see it yet in themselves. You know what I mean? Like someone may need to grow into a better version of themselves, but you see that in them, right? And you're kind of just holding space for this person. I'm not saying be used and abused and not, you know, I'm not saying stay in a situation because you see how someone could be, right? There's a big distinction between that and what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is something that, you know, the relationship isn't there. The person is not, you know, they're not tanked right now. You know what I mean? Like they're not being an idiot now is what I'm saying. They're not disrespecting you. They're not disrespecting the family. They're not disrespecting, you know, whatever it is. I'm saying that they're just not up to par yet, but you see sometimes relationships really are just holding space for each other. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not a big advocate of getting stuck on these soulmates and these twin flame things. To me, and how I know our soul evolves, to me, I don't believe in that. I think we have a lot of soulmates. You know, I think we have souls that cross our paths for different reasons at different times. I don't think we have one, but I think that people are looking for that one love, which is already yourself. But to get to know that, it needs to be triggered by someone else. Many different soulmates, right? But some are more intense. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm going here. But this is the dynamic where I think we're really going to be seeing things. We're really going to learn a lot about ourselves if we choose to, right? I think for some of you, you've got opportunities also that are going to be sitting right in front of you. Don't be so, what do I say? Don't poo-poo things that could really turn into opportunities for you. You know what I mean? Like explore things. Don't do the hierarchy thing. And that's what I kind of think the Unity card is coming in with, that we're all kind of the same at the end of the day. You can learn things. Like I was giving you that example about that person that I was listening to. He was a wealth of knowledge. He was a little flamboyant though, a little bit more than, so I just had to look away, but I was listening and I got the content that I needed. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the scenario that I'm going here. And I think that it's a great month. I don't think it's a month though really to act on things. Like if you're going to put the kibosh to something or put like a, you know, the end on something, I would wait. Because we've got a lot of planets here that are, things may not be what they appear to be. There's nothing, you can't really lose anything by waiting a little bit until these things calm down. All right, so that's all I'm saying. It's kind of like when a new model of a car comes out or something, they'll always say to you, wait a year to see what the glitches come up in that car, and so that you can get a better version of it. So just sit back and see, but taking what I'm saying and give yourself ample time here to say, you know what, I have worked with this person. I have, you know, I can see a vision here. Maybe we could work together. Maybe, you know, two heads merging something is better than one. Maybe we can work together. Maybe we do things different, but our goal is we have the common goal. You know what I mean? It can be things like that too. So again, we grow through relationships. So this could be on any platform for you. Okay. But I think that there's opportunities here that could so easily be missed, and opportunities here that can't be seen yet because you're under things that need to be cleared out. So that's what I've got for our overall energy. Let's see what we've got here. Hi Capricorn, happy March. I hope you're doing well. Okay, before we start, I want to say, if you choose, watch Libra. I think it's pertaining to your story. The 4 videos that I'm doing today, maybe if you choose to listen to these, if you'd need to be more into the metaphysics though for these. I think these 4 videos to resonate. Leo, Virgo, Libra, and you. Okay, I think there's a big story playing out here, big game-changing stories in your life playing out here, big chapters closing, incarnations into new places in your life. Okay, pretty substantial here. I feel a heaviness around this. Okay, I'm going to say here again, like I said in the other videos, there's a reason for this. You're being called to do something pretty substantial here. I think you've just got to go through some things here and purge some things, maybe some negative self-talk, maybe some things like that, right? Why aren't I good enough? Why did they choose me? When in fact, what you feel is a curse is actually a blessing here, right? And I kind of explained a little bit of that in Libra. Just, we have everything in our chart, so it doesn't need to have something significant. Even an empty house could be a game changer for you. Okay, so that's just something I feel I need to say. So we come in here with the hand of fate, forces beyond your control intervene. And I think that they do. I'll read you what this really means in deeper detail. Okay, and I do feel like that. I feel like things are behind the scenes working for you. We had 33 and 44 come up. 33 is Aquarius. I'm pretty sure that's what that video was. Touches your house. So it has a lot to do with 33 and 44 are deal breakers for me. They're the big guns are called in at those. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. 11-11, yes, that's a big game changer too. 22, that's a big game changer too. Those are saying keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. But 33 and 44 are we're here. We are here. And that's the difference for me. You don't go back from those. That's like your guides are here. Like they're here. They're going to show up in the form of people that come into your life and then go out of your life and you never see again. You don't even know who they really are, but they touched you in such a way, right? That's where I'm going with their soul connections is where I'm going to go with that. Okay, so that's the hand of fate intervenes. Forces beyond your control intervene. You've got sadness. But again, I think what you're going through here is an emotional, mental, physical cleanse that needs to really be gone here so that your creativity gets really tapped in and tuned in here and turned on. Okay, we've got wisdom also came up in Libra, right? Wisdom can't be taken away from you. It's not like knowledge or intellect. Wisdom is my butt hit the ground and I know this. It's not going to go away. It's wisdom that we learn the hard way. It's the hard lessons in life that can't be taught by other people. You need to experience those, right? And you've got rejection. Okay. What I think just from these alone, what I feel happened here is I think you're feeling like, why did I get passed over for this? Or why did this relationship fail? Or why? Why didn't something work out the way that I thought it would? Rejection here is not rejection. Why didn't they think my thing was good enough? Or why wasn't I good enough? The thing is, you're aiming too low. And that's why the universe has been like this. You're aiming too low. Your work is not supposed to be, on like art.com. It's supposed to be in a huge gallery in France. That's what this is working you up for. It's not that you were rejected or no one cared what you had to say. It's you were preaching to the wrong choir. You're trying to sell something to, this when it's like a lot bigger for you. You're in the wrong place is kind of where I'm going with this. And it's going to show you this. Either you're dating the wrong people, you're in the wrong careers, your mindset's in the wrong place. Something is off. It needs to be tweaked. But what this is you must have been real resilient here as far as not gonna, like a dog with a bone, like I'm not gonna not do this. I'm gonna keep at it. But what happens is you exhausted yourself. And I think it's time where you need to hit the refresh button. I think that moodiness, clearing and cleansing, I think too, I said this to Libra too. I'm not a doctor, but a lot of times when we don't clear out things. They take form in our bones hurt, our joints hurt, our teeth hurt, our tongue hurts, our eyes are blurry, we get, and these are the mundane things. Sometimes they're a lot larger. We want to get to this before it hits the point of no control, and I think we're there, right? It's just things are out of your control, and it's time to just say, yep, I surrender, because clearly I'm not going to get past this, and that's the wisdom in this. Okay, I think that it's a big time cleanse coming for you. Okay, sadness, loss, and I think that in Libra too, it was like you need forgiveness. You need to forgive a situation. Look at it this way. If something really horrific happened in a relationship, just an example, or someone didn't like something, or I don't want to go on and on and on with this. You're adults, but a lot of times the things that seem to be the worst end up being the blessings in disguise, and that's where you're heading here. You're either trying to sell your wares to something or an establishment or something that's so little. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to sell something so little when the canvas you're supposed to be painting or being directed on is like, the Sistine Chapel. I want to read to you what the Hand of Fate means. The hand of fate works in mysterious ways. Forces beyond your control intervene in your current situation, and destiny offers new opportunity. Justice prevails. I think justice is in the natural order of things. Why aren't people recognizing me? Why aren't I getting relationships? Why? The natural order of things is because you were in the wrong place. You're aiming too low here, and the universe is about to bump things up. And these things that you had to learn through wisdom, you're wiser for this. You don't go back from here. You just don't. They're not things you can unlearn. You just go on from here. I think it's a pretty big thing, okay? But I'm not going to say it's not a painful thing. I think that with rejection here, nobody likes to feel rejected. But like Libra is like you're rising from the ashes here, but no one likes to feel the flames. That stinks, right? Nobody wants to be hurt like that. But it's not rejection. It's not. It's just saying if we let him in here, if we let you in here, you'll stay here. You're being groomed for better things, bigger things. You're aiming too low here, okay? All right. Now, what we've got here for your tarot cards is the Queen of Coins. Bigger, better, design your life, go slow, step by step. You will gather what you're gaining here, okay? 10 of Cups. Your cups runneth over. You will be happy, healthy, joy-filled. You will reap the pot at the end of the rainbow here, okay? So you're not losing anything. You've got the Four of Swords here, which is saying, I need to take a step back. Again, this is the Picasso card, and I'm pretty sure this came up in Libra. These two cards came up in Libra. They're huge. They're ascension cards. You are transcending here. You don't go back from here. Okay. Do not let fear cut you off at the pass here. Do not let this rob you of what's ahead of you. This is slow, and it's steady, and it's realizing you are enough. You have enough. You're not going to lose something here. This is your cups runneth over here. But it's like, oh, I don't know. It's because things are changing for you. The old ways of doubting or whatever it is that has gotten you to this place, it's changing. You're taking responsibility for it, whether you realize it or not. You are, right? And that's what's happening here. Keep going. This payoff is going to be huge. Your life will change for sure, okay? You're not rejected. You're just trying to put a round peg in a square hole. That's all. It's bigger here. You're aiming too low. It's not what you think it is. And if you're in something and you're thinking someone is just not hearing me, they're just not hearing me, your advice is to take a step back here. Take a step back. Regain what it is. What are you investing in here? What are you beating your head against the wall for here? Not the right place, right? You need to recharge. These two cards say, I need to take a step back here. I need some time by myself. because you're going through something here. It's not a nice feeling, but it'll get you where you need to go, and it's for a reason. So please find comfort in that. Okay. The Ten of Cups. Your life. You. I don't care if a relationship just ran through your life, if you just lost a job, if you just lost everything. You're about to gain everything. Okay? You will find happiness. I'm telling you, the pot of gold is sitting here. Whatever that is for you is sitting here. Don't let your thoughts creep in here. Don't let your fears squash your dreams here. Be grateful for whatever this rejection is, because it really is setting you up for something bigger. Okay? And there's wisdom in this. Again, the 4 readings that I'm doing today, and yours is the last, you absolutely have guidance here. Like not, I'm going to get an intuitive hit, or I'm going to think about this, or I'm going to see a sign. They're big. They're the big game changers. They're the things that can bring you from rags to riches. They're the things that can bring you from being a commoner to being royal. I'm telling you this. Your prince or princess or job or whatever may be it. It may be really big. You could step into office here, whatever that means to you. You're gaining something huge here, okay? You're gaining something huge here. Let your dreams be your dreams. Don't dampen your dreams here. Have the vision. Keep the vision. Even if you think that, you know, I've been trying to sell this product and nobody, your right audience is coming. So keep the faith with that, okay? Again, change the story you've been telling yourself into the tool that propels you forward here. Maybe some of you are in such a place that, oh man, I could write a book about this. Write the book about this. Okay, that's what it is. The 10 of Cups is great. Your cups runneth over. You just may not see it yet. Okay? For some of you, you've got things here. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You may have something ideal here that you're overlooking, that you may throw away for something else. Maybe you're in the wrong place, right? That's for a small group of you. I think you're letting things go here. I think there's loss, there's been grief, there's been not the nice things, right, in your life, but I'm telling you, you're rising here. I need a minute. Some of you too, again, with these 2 cards, I'm thinking, you may think, why is this person, you know, taking a step back from me? Why do I always, I think what you're seeing, what you're feeling, not what you're feeling, but I think you're looking at something not how it is. I think something bigger is coming up here. I think that someone may have needed time for something that had nothing to do with you, and you're feeling like, why doesn't this person want to spend time with me? Why don't they call? Why aren't they as interested in me as I am in them? They may have other things going on here, but maybe they're being called away from you because you're stepping into something huge. Your focus is in the wrong place. It shouldn't be on them. It should be on you. See what I'm saying? Things don't always appear how they really are, and that's what I think is happening here. The King of Swords. This again is a card of you're not in the shadows here. You're not in the shadows. Step into your own life here. You're stepping into your own life here is what you're doing. Maybe you work for a company that's just ungrateful for you. They don't recognize the gifts that you've got. Now it's time then, maybe the fates are interfering. Start your own business. Maybe a job that you applied for that was your dream job a year ago, you needed to gain some stability in here. How do we gain that? Through a lot of controversy, through a lot of learning how to talk to people, how to relate to people differently. And now you step out of the shadows and you step into your own, right? So a lot of what we're experiencing, we're looking at in the wrong way, right? You're about to step into all of this for you, and you're going to see why maybe the last year, I feel, has been the same way. But this year for you, I feel all this is going to play out. I'm getting a year with this. So that it's all going to play out for you. So take a breath, okay? Big things here. You're going to see this, okay? So there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way.